fishing again. I thought I'd start a new series, and this is going to be its own playlist of local lakes in the area. What better lake to start out than Lake of the Woods, my favorite lake. This 1,100 plus acres of water is easily reached on Highway 140 from both Klamath Falls and Medford. It is regularly stocked with rainbow trout from April to June, and some big ones. When they stock it, you catch a lot of them, and some of them trophy size. So excellent summer and early fall fishing for rainbow trout. Lake also has some brown trout, which are planted as fingerlings and grow to good sizes. There's a 24-hour fishing rule, which is really cool. That will make it easier to catch these nighttime feeders. So I like to fish into the evening in that lake, and you'd be surprised what topwater hits you get. Lake also has a fair kokanee fishery focused on its deeper waters. And during the spawning season, they are just all around the marina. But you'll have to locate these schools first when they're not spawning. And there is a 25 kokanee limit. They do not grow that big, but there's a bunch of them in that lake. In addition to those cold water fish species, Lake of the Woods has a mishmash of fish normally associated with warm water, and you can catch almost anything. And I have caught just about everything in that lake. There's an okay fishery here for largemouth bass. Typically, your biggest largemouth bass I've ever caught there is about 2 pounds. And so typically they're very modest size. Some of them are about as big as my lure. So some of them are really tiny. They really need to be thinned out. So if you catch them, if you keep them, this is the lake to really keep them in order to thin them out, in order to get them to grow bigger. There's lots of weeds and docks for cover on the west side is where I catch almost all my largemouth bass. So there is a drop-off point on the west side, about 200 yards, although it varies, on the shore. And on that drop-off point, it goes from 10 feet to about 30 feet. And on that ridge, you'll catch a lot of fish, especially the largemouth bass. So again, they're modest size, but they're great in number, and they're a lot of fun to catch. And personally, I normally never keep my largemouth bass, but in that lake, it really needs to be thinned out. There are pretty good numbers of yellow perch, tons of yellow perch. Fun for the kids to catch. You'll catch them. I have a buddy that eats them like crazy. They are not big size over there, not like some of the other lakes in the area or rivers, but you'll catch a lot of yellow perch. And there are also bullhead catfish in there, which run small, but can be fun also for the kids to catch in shallow waters. There are, and I've only caught one there, crappie. So I have also caught a nice 2-pound smallmouth bass on a topwater. So I enjoy the topwater fishing at Lake of the Woods. As you can see in the pictures that I am posting here, Lake of the Woods is known as one of sort of like a little Tahoe in this area. I mean, it has just got really thick forest area. It's got a fantastic marina. It's got a lodge. It's got lots of cabins you can stay in, good camping grounds, great shoreline fishing. Not a real big lake, but it's wonderful. It's not a small lake either. You go to the southern portion where you can get the lily pads and the stream feeding into it. The northern area where lots of perch are, is really shallow. The western area, which is great for trout and for largemouth bass. And it's considered one of the better ice fishing lakes, one of the best ice fishing lakes in Oregon. So right now, this time of year, and it's, what's the date? January 27th, it's freezing up really, really good. In fact, I'll be there on Friday. And nice thing too, if you're new to ice fishing, you can rent all your gear there. You can rent a whole drill, an auger. You can rent a pop-up tent, things like that. So if you just want to try ice fishing, it's a great lake to go fishing. Spend the day, rent some equipment if you don't already have it, and just enjoy it. Believe me, you will catch something. If you're not catching perch, you're just not trying. You just don't have the line in the water. But you will catch quite a bit of other fish in that lake. I fish just about everything in that lake. I love, and you'll see some pictures here, some beautiful scenery. Mount McLaughlin is sort of towering over the northwest portion of the lake. Cabins and people, residencies with their private docks. Awesome places to catch fish too underneath those private docks. Everybody's so super friendly too. I have just sat there and I've just visited with some of the homeowners right on their docks while I was fishing around them. Really nice people, great management over there, good restaurant, and they have Saturday evening entertainment typically through the year. So on a live stage, which is kind of fun and really good. I like old school music. So try Lake of the Woods. And keep an eye out for this particular series. This is the first in the series, but I will be hitting up every little lake and reservoir in this area. And for those people living in the Klamath County, the southeast portion of Oregon, look forward to getting some really good overviews of all these different lakes. So take care, keep your lines tight. Please subscribe below, and please support the channel.